I randomly saw like one of like it's like a guy who's doing that, but he's like he's going over like news and skateboarding. Like if somehow
I saw that too actually.
where he was talking about Barra.
The Gifted Hater.
Yeah, I love
that kid.
It's
he's
super
great.
Yeah, it's super interesting because it's like
Seen that. He's good.
Yeah. Called you out, I think, like 2 weeks ago.
What did he say?
It was when you said AM shouldn't get paid.
Oh, f that dude.
If you watch skateboarding content on the internet, there's almost no way YouTube content creator, Twitch streamer, Slap message board member, Patreon cult leader, and Flow skateboarder Gifted Haters videos haven't found themselves in your recommended feed. And chances are you're already subscribed to his channel. February 14th, 2021 was the day that the first video was posted on his YouTube channel.
Yo, what's up, guys? It's my first video.
But it was under the original name of 1-800-Nipples. The video had absolutely 0% skateboarding content, and was entirely based on drama that transpired from Gifted Haters' critique of YouTube magnate FaZe Rug on a TikTok post.
So there's this TikTok that went viral of some random kid who roasted the art in my house, and he kept bringing up the price of what I paid for the art. And look straight ahead, the Wolf of Wall Street painting.
I googled it. This is a $22 poster.
TikTok is where 1-800-Nipples actually began creating content, with his first post, at least what we can see publicly, being a stationary tray flip ping pong ball trick shot combo that was posted over half a year prior to the YouTube channel's creation. Unique, high skill level skate edits with a hint of ironic satire would essentially continue to be the main types of posts from the 1-800 TikTok account. But within less than a couple months, the styles of edits would evolve to relatively more blatantly satirical skits, including appearances from his girlfriend, roasts of Nyjah, and other humorous non-skateboarding posts.
Do you have hat energy?
It wasn't until the virality of the 1-800 versus FaZe Rug TikTok beef that catalyzed the longer form content and creation of what we now know as the Gifted Hater YouTube channel. The second video posted on YouTube was about dissecting the relationship between the Barracks and Cariuma Shoes infiltration of the skateboarding industry, and was immediately met with high praise in the comments section. Some more skate drama, tier list videos, a couple serious video part reviews, and a sarcastic review of submitted parts from Instagram followers.
But this guy is, he does things a little differently.
Preceded a culturally monumental edit of 1-800 shedding light on illegal civilization's price gouging practices for streaming the North Hollywood feature film.
Fast forward and rewind have been disabled for this event. The pause button will only work for 45 seconds. Your ticket does not grant you access to any other showing, only at the specific date and time that you pay for.
As the channel grew, Gifted Hater started plugging merchandise, offering stickers and shirts, while posting a few more toned down videos, before returning to a scathing take on Mikey Alfred and his brand.
There is intangible personality elements to this guy that just completely repulse me, like two positive ends of a magnet. That's how I feel when I watch this guy's videos. My immediate gut instinct is to get as far away from this dude as possible.
Which coincidentally is the first video that came across my recommended feed. Keep in mind that up to this point, Gifted Hater's channel was entirely talking head content with no video footage of him skating. So people who only knew him through YouTube are only aware that there's someone recording themselves in front of a computer with very specifically critical things to say about problems with the skateboarding industry. With his channel only 3 months old, the subscriber count was still less than 10k. But it was obvious by the likes and comments section that 1-800 was rapidly creating a community that devoured his content and couldn't get enough. His TikTok account was still active, but now that his YouTube channel was monetized, Gifted Hater's efforts and focus were clearly shifting to the latter platform, where his notoriety for speaking his mind boiled dramatically to a point where he set one of his videos private.
I privated the video because it's gotten to a point that I never intended it to get to.
This particular video was centered around a controversial 50-page Slap forum thread about Nickel Smith trash-talking LA skate shop Lottie's and the related events. A short follow-up video was posted on Gifted's YouTube channel where he announced that he decided to set the video private because he didn't want to contribute to damaging someone's mental health.
Even though I think I made a lot of decent points in that video, what I am sorry for is I think that I'm negatively affecting somebody's mental health.
Nearly half a year later, in an interview with Dose Skateboarding, when asked about whether he wonders what will happen if he meets a person he's criticized in a YouTube video, Gifted Hater refers to the Nickel vid, stating he realizes it's possible that if they met in LA, he'd probably get his face punched in. Regardless, the comments section in the update video defended Gifted Hater, stating his take on the situation was objective, giving further proof that a loyal YouTube fanbase was forming. Another month passed with 6 uploads that found 1-800 leaning into his persona of sharing an unfiltered opinion about the biggest names in skateboarding. And on the first day of July 2021, a video dropped that marked the official name change of the YouTube channel, shifting to Gifted Hater.
I'm changing my name. My name has the word nipples in it. Obviously, it's not really very professional. Not that I'm going to change it to a professional name, but you know, people have told me they write in my name on YouTube, things don't come up. It's just not really very smart to have your name have nipples in it. It just makes life more difficult in general.
Featuring Yu-Gi-Oh! Character Weevil Underwood as his avatar, channel growth spiked beginning in July 2021, while he remained consistent with uploads of tier list videos, interactive hot take edits, part reviews, and one breakdown on Cater's distasteful behavior at Camp Woodward before the next milestone was reached. The achievement of earning 10,000 subscribers was celebrated with a vlog upload that showed the first YouTube footage of Gifted Hater on a skateboard, sessioning with some homies, including Limousine Skateboards affiliate Nelly Morville. The next noteworthy Gifted Hater moment took place in late August, when he capitalized on the cyberbullying of Sean Davis in his Battle at the Barracks 12 match against Sean Hover, posting a 24-minute analysis of the event. Average subscriber growth beginning in July through early September drastically increased from a peak of 360 per week to an all-time high of 2,300, which coincided with the release of a blazing hot take on the wildly popular Battle at the Barracks. Roughly 2 weeks later, Gifted Hater's next memorable move was 3 consecutive videos, where he clearly articulated concerns around exploitative business practices from Mama Skate, who was charging $1,400 for a pair of pants. The second video digs deeper into details about the Mama Skate controversy, where ties with the Barracks were revealed.
This address may sound just a little bit familiar, so let's Google it. Ah, what do you know? This is the address of the Barracks. So,
leading to a predictable wall of text from Barracks co-founder Steve Barra on the video bashing Gifted Hater for his approach to getting involved in the skateboarding industry. A 26+ minute response video followed, and things cooled down again on Gifted Hater's channel. Meanwhile, Patreon was becoming a reliable revenue stream, where dedicated fans starving for more content gave the content creator even more financial stability. Growth has since reached a point where in any given month, Gifted Hater's revenue is more than $5,000 on Patreon alone. Monthly revenue for YouTube following his watershed moment of major growth is harder to measure, but can be estimated at nearly $1,000 to $2,000 per month from as early as July 2021. Can't forget about Twitch either, where his gaming and skate video viewing sessions have reached a point where 300 to 400 followers flock to his live streams, subscribing and donating gifts to show their support. These combined income sources might be reaching monthly totals of at least $6,000 to $8,000, and it's no secret that Deluxe's Jim Thiebaud is at least sending Gifted Hater free reel boards. Last Resort is flowing him shoes, and who knows what other skate product he's getting hooked up with, while interviews hint that he's potentially living rent-free at his parents' home in Southern California. The pioneering efforts of carving his own space in skateboarding through a nerdy yet relevant approach of commentating on the state of the industry, without the politically correct pressure of representing a corporate sponsor, all while being a flow skater, have translated to obvious success for Gifted Hater. And I'd be lying if I said that his videos didn't inspire me to create content. The changes in traffic from free YouTube content to an exclusive Patreon community found Gifted Hater once again shifting his focus, this time from the aforementioned main YouTube channel to primarily his Patreon, where content and interaction is only accessible to patrons willing to cough up $10 a month. Content on the main Gifted Hater YouTube channel cooled down significantly for another month after the Steve Barra comment response video. But sure enough, the drama reignited when Thrash Talking made a name for himself at Tampa Pro by parading an unflattering Jagger Eaton Photoshop poster during his run. The antic not only got Steve Barra's attention, but it resulted in an overall disappointing face-to-face rant and borderline hostile situation that Gifted Hater covered in one of his own videos, breathing life into Thrash Talking's virtually unknown YouTube channel. Nothing as dramatic as the aforementioned events would find a place on Gifted Hater's channel after that, and apart from the adorable squabble that arose between the 9 Club and Rad Rat,
Dorks. Yeah, it's pretty bad.
along with my channel getting a shout out, things really cooled down to a dull roar ever since. The orchestrated effort of trickling skate content onto his YouTube over time included the previously discussed 10K vlog, along with a couple IRL skate park reviews.
Most people can't do what I just did.
But it wasn't until mid-January 2022 that a new YouTube channel appeared with a single video upload featuring Nellie Morville laughing as the thumbnail. The 14.5-minute video is dripping with ironically edited yet impressive skateboarding that covers a wide spectrum of music tastes and genres including Charlie Puth, Post Malone's Screamo covers, My Bloody Valentine, and dubstep. It is in this video that we're introduced to the first formal display of Gifted Hater's flat ground skills. And if I lurked correctly on Instagram, he plays 2 games of skate against male model Donovan Wildfong, whose skills on a 7-ply are nothing to sneeze at. Before the game of skate, Gifted Hater clips appear alongside Welcome Rider Ryan Lay at Santa Ana's Centennial Skate Park, which might have been their last session together. Ryan puts on a switch clinic to Andy Sizek's vocals, and a funny SLS commentary dub over his final run preps us for the next spot.
That's why he's the people's champ, you know, and that's why everybody was so stoked when he won that Los Angeles contest. It's not only big time. Wow! Oh, man.
A couple channel bank clips with a cameo from Nellie Morville are backed by Claro's blouse, before we're introduced to an establishing shot of the vlog's main antagonist at Frogtown's Marsh Skate Park,
Donovan Wildfong.
It's quickly evident that this fool not only drips, but also rips. Nelly shows no fear on the terrifying rainbow round rail, tweaked out early mute grab, and boss nollie big spin. Chandler Burton storms the scene with an insane nollie backside nose blunt to fakie, and shortly after, all the characters' skills are showcased with a trick train off the kicker. The obligatory game of skate ensues, and the Rochambeau dictates that Donovan goes first, who kickflips with a cancer stick as the first trick, which is easily answered on defense by Gifted Hater. 2 good heel flips follow, and Donovan's robbed by the kicker on a frontside shove it. Now in control of the battle, Gifted Hater keeps things tense with a varial flip that Donovan also lands. Honoring the fundamentals, a nollie kickflip precedes 2 good backside flips, then Gifted finds a chink in Donovan's armor via the nollie varial heel flip, serving up the first letter of the game. A gaudy nollie shove poses no threat, and Gifted's offensive miss on the nollie backside flip results in the second turnover of the match. A couple of well-done tray flips are nicely trailed by double-wrapped impossibles. Gifted Hater's first weakness is revealed, understandably, when Donovan flexes with a hard flip, tying the game S to S. The frontside flip proves problematic for Gifted as well, who now has letter K, but before things go too far south, Donovan misses the varial heel flip and gives Gifted back the reins. Only one fakie tray is accomplished before a botched fakie varial flip gives Donovan a second chance at the varial heel flip, which pays off and results in letter A for Gifted Hater. Perhaps a little too ambitious for this point in the match, after 2 safe switch flips, Donovan misses what looks like a switch laser attempt, confirming that this battle's heating up. In response, Gifted's off-screen fakie big flip doesn't shake Donovan, but an eyebrow-raising double kickflip snags letter K, along with a fakie varial flip to tie the game again at A to A. A redone nollie varial flip is too much for Donovan and his black on black half cabs, putting Gifted in a position to go for a cab flip death blow, but he leaned too far back. With a second chance at redemption, pressure flips make an appearance, which Gifted lands on defense. Not sure, but this looks like a 360 pressure flip attempt by Donovan, who misses. Gifted's second attempt at the cab flip was successful, and would be the trick that ends Donovan in the first battle. Riding high off his win, Gifted proposes a second match, and Donovan wisely suggests that no tricks from the first battle be repeated.
Oh yeah, no repeats? That's gonna be good, yeah.
Nelly objects to the second game, demanding that the crew commences the session as a unified collective.
You guys are actually playing again. Let's go skate.
After this, then we'll go.
God. You guys' games last like 30 minutes, dude.
Well, you like sitting down anyway. I don't see what the problem is.
As a simple observer, it's lost on me how Gifted's response of stating that Nelly likes to sit would cause such a visceral reaction from Chandler and the rest of the group, but thankfully the second battle begins before things get too awkward. Donovan steps off his opening switch varial heel, opening the door for Gifted to steez out a big flip, which is also landed by Donovan. Nollie backside flips weren't cooperating for Gifted Hater on this day, so Donovan is back in the driver's seat and sets the trick with a switch front shove. Hopefully Donovan was wearing a parachute, because this nollie inward didn't show any signs of wanting to return to the ground after popping. Based on how high this nollie inward flew in the air, I'm guessing Donovan's favorite music genre is pop. Donovan's dominance of the nollie inward heel put Gifted's tail between his legs, giving him letter S. Getting a little too greedy with height, Donovan's boosted frontside heel flip ran away from him, and things quickly got goofy, starting with both skaters landing the kickflip crossfoot. In a relatable outcome, Gifted's switch heel flip didn't want to flip, and Donovan clapped back at the crossfoot buffoonery with a kickflip backside body varial, aka disco flip or whatever, dealing out letter K. Donovan's backside hard flip didn't skirt correctly, so it's back to Gifted Hater, who keeps things simple with a half cab flip, then trips up his opponent on a nollie frontside flip for letter S. The switch heel flip works out on attempt number 2 for Gifted and results in the battle's first scandal. Donovan stays on his board for roughly 2 seconds before bashing his nose straight into the wall, which forces him to step off. Off screen, a redo is agreed upon, and Donovan gets rocked on the second attempt, resulting in letter K and tying up the score. An under-rotated switch backside heel flip gives Donovan back control, who immediately hands the keys back to Gifted after an ambitious pressure heel flip attempt. Another second attempt make finds Gifted landing the switch backside heel flip. And, I mean, for a defensive attempt, I'd argue Donovan gets a pass on his first try, but it looks like he volunteered to clean up the toe touch, which ends up biting him in the and giving him letter A. A tray flip revert quickly gives Donovan letter T, and what follows is 4 consecutive turnovers, starting with a missed nollie tray, backside pressure flip, cab big flip, and another pressure heel flip. Then things calm down with a nollie heel flip on offense by Gifted Hater, which Donovan misses, and should have to try again since he's on letter T. But since Steve Barra isn't officiating, this is the kind of bullshit we have to deal with. The wheels of this game starting to fall off, 3 more turnovers take place, with Gifted attempting 2 cab big flips, and Donovan finally holds on to the backside hard flip. Gifted Hater comes close but lands too far behind the board on his attempt and gets letter A. Donovan carpe diems by stomping what might be one of the best flat ground switch trays of the year so far, and due to an over flipping of the board, Gifted now has letter T.
I swear that's T now.
And Donovan would be correct, it is letter T, but due to lack of officiating, the match builds up unnecessary suspense and strokes Gifted's ego when he gets a second chance that doesn't mean anything other than giving his edit a convenient spot to return to the drop of the exhaustingly satirical dubstep tune. A wild switch hard flip gone wrong serves up Gifted with a 4th shot at what's obviously his best trick. But since Donovan already lost back at the nollie heel flip, we're either starting a new game or going past E to letter R. Hopefully we do get to see more flat ground games of skate from Gifted Hater and his squad. Post-game clips include more punishment of the rainbow round rail, capped off by Donovan's mind-blowing kickflip front grind. Remembering that the first rule of being cool is to show no emotion after landing an insane trick, the stoke is too strong and a smile cracks. And then Nelly does an early mute grab front shove? Chandler quietly proves that he's probably the best skater in the park before Donovan cops Gifted's kickflip indie, and the rest of the vlog closes with B-roll before the final words uttered by Donovan inspire the title of the video.
Sam really wants there to be smoking.
It's been interesting to watch Gifted Hater's trajectory from being a relatively dime a dozen novelty skate edit poster to original sketch maker, then transitioning to YouTube where he completely omitted any of his skating, while becoming an influential, if not key opinion leader amongst the 14 to 35 plus year old demographic of skateboarders. Making more money than an average pro skater from his content and revealing that he's a true skate rat. While the scorching hot drama from his YouTube channel hasn't reached the same temperature since the Mama Skate saga and aftermath, the increase in IRL skate footage could be a sign that Gifted Haters' sights are set on more skateboarding and less talking head content. Selfishly, I get more enjoyment out of the relatively edgy content Gifted originally posted for free on his YouTube channel, but also understand his less active posting behavior to capitalize on the exclusivity of his Patreon page, which is where the money flows most heavily and reliably. If there was one thing I'd nitpick, it's the overly ironic tendencies in his editing and behavior, used as a shield to guarantee that Gifted Hater is always cool, and nothing is that serious. But when you're a narcissistic gamer, nerd, SoCal skater boy with an arts degree, it comes with the territory. In the span of 1 year, Gifted Hater's growth seems poised to continue, and the future looks bright for this entertaining content creator. Hopefully things work out, and fingers crossed we get more original creativity produced by this talented individual.